Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Real Talk with Val, and I'm Valerie. I hope you guys are doing well. I am doing well. Today, I created a piece which is a part of my spiritual journey story. It is about molestation. And so, in saying that, this may trigger someone. It's somewhat sensitive. So if you're not ready to hear this story, maybe later on down in your spiritual journey, you can come back. Now, this piece, as I said, is part of my journey. It's about self-reflection. It is about healing, and it's about self-love. According to Google, this is the definition that they give for molestation. It is the crime of sexual acts with children up to the age of 18, including touching of private parts, exposure of genitalia, taking of pornographic pictures, rape, inducing of sexual acts with the molester or with other children, and variations of these acts by pedophiles. Molestation also applies to incest by a relative with a minor family member and any unwanted sexual acts with adults short of rape. So, as I said, this is a little bit of my story. I decided to write this piece because when I was a little girl, I was molested by a neighbor. I remember it just like it was yesterday. I was an innocent little girl doing what little girls do. I played a lot. But on this particular day, my innocence was taken away. And once it's taken away, you can never get it back. I remember after it happened, I didn't realize the impact it would make on my life. I was a little girl. It happened and I didn't tell a soul. I didn't know I was supposed to tell anyone. I just started playing again. I held that in most of my life. I never told a soul until now. And when I say now, I mean in the last 5 years. I started my spiritual journey a few years ago, and that was the beginning of this spiritual journey of mine. On this journey, the first thing I felt was pain. I realized that I had swept the pain under the rug. I placed it way back in the closet, never thinking it would resurface again. But I was wrong. And as I said, it resurfaced. And it was like I felt molested all over again. I cried so much. It was so much of a release though. But something sprung up from the releasing of that pain. I started to heal. I started to heal from that I thought was hidden. I didn't know it would have affected me so much. And what I mean is how I looked at myself. How I really was not myself. I could say that now when I look back over my life. I was in relationships I shouldn't have been in. I was in situations I shouldn't have been in. It screwed me up emotionally. And don't get me wrong. I am a good person. I am a kind person. But I was not an authentic person. I'm writing this to myself and to others that have gone through this, who haven't healed from molestation. It is also for those that have children to always be in tune with them so that they will always feel comfortable in telling you if something like this happens to them. But I hope it never does. On my spiritual journey, I saw my assailant. I had just finished working out and I was about to get in my car. And he pulls up. And I was shocked. I know everything happens for a reason. But you know, I wasn't mad, sad, or anything. I realized at that moment that I was healing. Because when I saw this person, I didn't go off. I didn't say anything out of the way. But hello. I said to myself, you have taken a lot of my energy. And you're not going to do it anymore. I knew I was growing within. And even after that, I saw him a couple other times, once at a funeral, and once when I was out and about, I saw him walking. But you know, what I do understand is that deep down, he remembers. And I feel he wanted my forgiveness, even though he didn't ask for my forgiveness. But once I started healing, I didn't have a choice but to forgive because my heart was lighter. That weight was no longer there. And let me just say that that was not the only thing I had to heal, but it's what I'm talking about today. You see, in order to really be oneself, one must heal the child within. I realized that there are a lot of wounded children and adults that have an inner child that's in pain. And it's easier for some to pretend it's not there. But take it from me, in the long run, it's so much better to reflect on what's within and attempt to heal that inner child. And let me also say that I have forgiven myself. Not that I believe it was my fault that I was violated. What I mean is, I forgave myself for not being honest with my inner self about what happened. And when I think about it, if I hadn't went through what I had gone through, I probably would have made better choices in my life. But you know, that's okay, because sometimes it takes a long time to heal and get an understanding. And how I feel right now and how I feel when I look back, it was worth it. Now, would I want to go through it again? No, absolutely not. But the end result, it actually helped me to love myself more. And really, that is really the main thing. More self-love. When you heal, there is more self-love. It's just gonna happen. I'm not boasting, but it takes a lot to be honest with yourself and admit something's not right and have the courage to take the steps to heal. I realize people don't like being truthful to themselves. They rather leave well enough alone. Leave the skeletons in the closet. But when I tell you I've made many mistakes, but sharing this is not one of them. This is not to trigger anyone. It's about self-reflection, as I said, healing and loving oneself. This will help someone. And honestly, that's why I'm sharing this piece of my life. Also, I hope it will encourage those of you with children to have that conversation. And for adults to have that conversation with your inner child. I realize also that we go through things to be able to help others that are struggling just like I was. And for those that are in pain. just like I was. I realized that a lot of people are in pain and suffering because those inner wounds are resurfacing and people don't know how to process the pain. And so it may come off as anger or depression, narcissism, abusive relationships, low self-esteem, false happiness, false love, addictions, and etc. But the magic word is heal. Heal, heal, more healing. There is no shortcut to healing. It's like you have to take the bull by the horns. And for me, I did a lot of meditating and praying. I got into nature a lot. I worked out. I did a lot of self-reflection. Just going within. Which for me and to me is like the main thing. Always going within. Knowing what you're thinking. Being aware where you are at all times. Staying in your body. For some, counseling could work. It's different for everyone. You have to figure out what works for you. I wish you all love, light, and healing. And at the end of this video, there are 2 numbers that I will leave you with. One, the National Sexual Assault Hotline, and the other, the Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline. Once again, I shared this with you guys to motivate and to encourage you all. There is no negative intent at all. I went through this, and I know that there are others that have gone through it or know someone who's gone through it. And if you like this video, give it a like. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload a new video. And if you would like to support my channel or donate to my channel, the information is in the description box. Thank you so much. Sending love, light, and healing. Bye-bye.